Hey everyone, how are we all doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. Starting early because I want to finish early, and I feel like starting at all was a bad idea because I'm coughing my lungs up, and this stream needs to start with about 5 minutes of reading, possibly more, so we'll see how we go, but this could be a bit of a disaster, as always. No preamble, let's just get straight into this. I need to do a manual load. I need to bring my notes up on the other screen. Still got the image open. So the Stone Ship Age, which is where we're going today, is the book on the top right there. I will have a read of that in just a moment. Meanwhile, I'm trying to claim some free games from GOG.com and the code is not working, so I'm just going to be toggling between my notes, between chat, and that screen throughout the evening. My throat. I'll be right. Just moving stuff around my desk. Woefully underprepared. Alright. What says this book? Something about the Stone Ship Age, which is where we're going next, so I will try my best to read this. Yeah. It could go awfully, just saying. Emmet was the first to live on the rocks. He named them the rocks because that is what they were. A group of sharp rocks clustered together in the middle of a large sea. Sounds like a channel would. This is where Emmet lived. He enjoyed his life. Emmet would occasionally swim to nearby rocks, as it was never too far of a distance. One day another person appeared on the rocks, for no apparent reason to Emmet. Emmet named this new person Branch. Weird name. Emmet and Branch quickly became friends, swimming and hunting for fish together often. Emmet showed Branch the simple cave in which he lived on the largest rock. Oh my god, my throat. I think I'm dying, chat. Soon, Branch discovered a place where he decided to live, also on the same large rock. The sun always shone brightly in their world, and the water was always dazzlingly clear, allowing them to see almost to the deep ocean floor which surrounded them. Though the sun always shone, it was never too hot for the boys. A light breeze always came from the north and cooled the area down. One day, while Branch was swimming and having fun in the water, he noticed another boy swimming. Branch brought the new boy to Emmet to find out what to call the new boy. I think that's a bit weird, but okay. Emmet said the boy should be called Will. Will was soon a part of the group, and all three of the boys swam and enjoyed their perfect world. At least, that is what the story I was told when I arrived today on the island. Feels like there's a word missing there. At least, that is the story I was told when I arrived today on the island. Emmet, Branch and Will were surprised to see me at first, but even before the night ended, we were all becoming good friends. Today, the second day on this newly created age, a strange thing happened. It was not strange to me, but the three boys did not understand what was happening. While I was relaxing under a large tree on one of the smaller rock islands, it began to rain. It was a nice rain that lasted for about an hour in the morning. I explained to the boys that the rain was not harmful, yet they obviously still feared it. Before going to sleep tonight, I told the boys I would leave the following day. I told them that while I was gone, I would make a surprising change in their world. They didn't understand, not that I expected them to. I'm coughing. So they'd never seen rain before Artis showed up. Just finishing dissolving a couple of lozenges just to try and get my throat under control. I still do not fully understand what happened today. I was experimenting with the art, testing the limits of the rules as dictated to me by Father. I attempted to create a boat by writing it into the world. I thought everything was planned perfectly, or correctly, yet somehow the boat had become gripped by the rock and broken in half. Although this test did not turn out as I had hoped, I now have answers to a few of the questions my father never answered. As for the boat, I can see the boys enjoy it anyway, and with that, I am pleased. Which boys, the 3 boys or your sons? They have played on it all day. Even though the boat cannot move, I have enjoyed studying from it. It is a much sturdier platform than the jagged rocks. In the course of my observations, I have learned some very interesting things regarding the solar system of this age. We have a lamp. Okay. The nights are absolutely beautiful here. I have made note of and named a number of constellations that pass above me. Also during the night, I catch glimmers of light from the horizon which I have not been able to discover if it is created by some natural phenomenon or by additional people on far-off islands or rocks. The hell does that mean? I should very much like to discover which. I rather suspect it is additional people, which would explain the appearance of Branch and Will. I don't get what that means. Why the lights? Glimmers of lights being caused by people. Boats, lighthouses maybe? The rain today was slightly heavier than usual. Just when the boys were getting used to light rains, a small storm arrived. They were frightened at the heavier rain, not to mention the thunder and lightning. If rain has never fallen here until recently, as the boys tell me, I would like to discover why it is falling now. It's got something to do with you. Regardless, I have decided to return home for a short while. I have also been thinking of some plans for a lighthouse that I hope to construct soon. I think that perhaps by shining a bright light towards the horizon, it might prove my suspicions regarding additional inhabitants. They would be curious about light and travel to discover its source, if they have the means. I've just completely fucked my voice meter while trying to mute it. Oh my god, my voice is dying. I return with many tools that I will need for construction of the lighthouse. I have decided that once the lighthouse is completed, I will leave for some time and let the world's own imagination have control. We have worked 3 weeks on the lighthouse now and are making great progress. The rock that we are building on seems to not be as secure as I would like. I have had to alter my plans slightly, but these alterations pose me no real problem. Just looking at these photos of the lamps, I don't think that's anything to worry about. How much more do we have? Because my voice is about to give out. I haven't even started yet. Oh my god. Streaming tonight was a mistake. The boys are quite strong and have been helping me immensely. I estimate construction will be done within 2 days. The lighthouse is finished and we are all proud of our creation. The boys are amazed at the structure wrought from rock with their own hands. That evening we powered up the generator, much to the boys' dread at first, and shined a great light to the horizon for many hours. I stayed the night in the top of the lighthouse and in the morning awoke to observe the sunrise without my being coated with the chilly blanket of ocean. Can't read that word. I had become accustomed to. Ocean dew?
You can't be serious.
Indeed.
You
can't be serious. Nice star, thank you, dude. Appreciate it. I don't know why you are subbing to me when I'm coughing my lungs up, but thank you. It is appreciated. Definitely dying. I can't quite parse that sentence, but it's fine. It was Will who first saw the girl. She was swimming not far from the boat where Will was getting ready to hunt for fish. Then Will noticed a man not far away from the girl. Emmett was very pleased to meet the additional neighbours. I felt pleased to leave this age. I have set in motion events that have nothing to do with writing or the arts, that will have a more profound impact on this world than I could have ever written. I think of this age as a gift to myself that I will wrap up and open someday in the future, only to discover that it has changed so much that indeed it is a surprise. Besides, I have yet another new age that awaits me. It seems I'm going to need some way to travel underwater in this new age, and so much planning is in order. So, a large rock. We've seen that spiral, which we kind of saw at the Channelwood Age, but I don't think that's it. A large rock. They've built a lighthouse. I'm not sure if it's along here. Don't know what this stuff is, but I guess that's what we're heading into. Just going to grab a screenshot, even though I don't think we need it. Just pasting that into my notes. It has been 10 years since I left this age, which I have since called the Stone Ship Age. Upon returning, I cannot believe the changes that have taken place. The original 3 boys have grown into adults, and there are many new faces that I do not recognize. Branch told me that it has not rained for 7 years, and the cool breezes are back again. Oh my god. They are all very content and have been serving me with new foods and showing me new materials they have developed. It even seems they have found gold somewhere. I see it in many forms around the island. My lighthouse has been kept in perfect condition, and it looks like they have tried their very best to keep it so. As if they have tried, whatever. Yet I have noted that the entire rock it was built on has sunk approximately 40 or 50 centimeters. After a wonderful visit with my old friends, I wonder aloud with them what things will be like here in another 10 years. That's it. Oh my god, my voice. Why? So the rock is sinking. Something to be concerned about, perhaps? We're going to get there and see the lighthouse sticking out of the water, rather than the lighthouse on the rock. We'll find out in just a moment. Playing this on PS5, yeah. PS1 version on PS5. Is there anything at this end of the boat? Not that I can see. Alright, let's take a look. I got here last night and then noped out of it. There's a light in the ocean. We still see the massive rock with the spiral staircase on the left there. Has this place been sinking? Have I made progress? You bet. Once again, don't mind me, just clearing my throat. Alright, so where are we? We are still on the boat. Yeah, it looks like the land is sunk. Or the water level has risen. And I can't go in there because it looks like that's flooded. This is a broken boat. And there's... oh my god, my throat. I might need to keep quiet tonight, chat. I'm just coughing my lungs up in the background. I can go this way. I can go that way, possibly 2 directions. And I can go left. Let's hug the left-hand wall. Guessing I need to push those in a certain order. Not going this way, it's flooded. That's a different opening, but same outcome. Okay, I see rocks. Immediate thought is I need to take notice of where the rocks coincide with the numbers, perhaps. Is that important? 135 is looking at a temple or something? I can't see where that will be pointing. Looking for that rounded structure. Let me just pin a message. I don't know what's triggered this. I've generally been okay today, but the moment I've come on stream, I've started coughing my lungs up. Right. One path remains. The lighthouse. Which looks like it's in a state of disrepair. Okay, that's something. Not sure what though. Sorry, we're at a dead end already. I'm just clicking that and it's doing that, which doesn't seem terribly helpful. Dilemma_1, how you doing? Don't mind me, I'm coughing my lungs up. Are we sure Myst on PS1 is worse? I am actually not sure about that because you've got a DS version. And some portions of the game were made using screenshots from real Myst. Nice. No, I don't think this is the worst, just compared to the... Go away, Stream Elements. Just compared to the PC and the Mac OS versions, I think this one is not great. Not sure how to get through there just yet. I'm surprised that key's doing nothing. It might well not be the worst, but it seems pretty bad to me. Okay, what do I do? It's the same sound effect. Does that do anything around here? I can't imagine that will be a pump or something that drains these areas. Very flooded. Also very flooded. What was over here? Nothing at the bow of the boat? I can see those cables there. But they're not connected to this thing. That animation is super weird. Not sure what it's supposed to represent. Maybe I can break that, grab the key, and then unlock that up here. Lower this. Not sure just yet. So I was kind of hoping that it would change the direction of this telescope when we come out of there. Let me point it at this, or whatever it is. It was a 135. Nothing's changing there. Okay. I've just arrived here and I've got to admit I'm a bit stumped. Just take a look at the screenshot that I took earlier to see if that shows me anything. So I can clearly see this map here, which has which has my finger on it. Sorry about that. Let me just bring that up. So this here is very clearly where we came in. This here will be a lighthouse. I'm at the top of this platform right now, and that's the platform with the 3 switches. But I have just arrived here and I've got to admit I'm not sure what to do next. Those cables look a bit sus. There's an island on the right there. Let's keep looking around. My voice is going. Okay, so 0 is... Where is 0? Can I at least see which way that's pointing? Is it pointing towards these 2 things here? No. Where was the umbrella? Oh my god, this is so slow. No, really, where was the umbrella? This thing looks interesting. That might be the center of the island. Or the rock. I can't see it. Not from here, anyway. Or heck, it could be the top of the lighthouse. I thought I could see the umbrella here, but I don't see it. Can't move that up or down, unfortunately. Right now I'm just trying to figure out where I'm looking. Like, I can see a bunch of rocks ahead of me. I'm just trying to determine if that's 0 or 180 or anything here. Like that, for example. I wonder if those are those 2 rocks there, and then we're going to get a small rock by itself, a tall rock, and then one with a sort of jagged pattern like that. Yeah, okay, so... This here, the very left-hand side of the screen, is 0. We're looking at a small rock on the left. That there is 0. And then as we come over here, we get up to about 50 or so around there. Have I learned anything by doing that? Probably not. Alright, where am I going? What am I doing with my life? Right now, the only interesting thing I've seen, or the interactable thing that I've seen, are these 3 switches. These aren't anything, are they? No. We can go in there, but it's not flooded. So I'm guessing these switches have something to do with that. Because that's the only thing I've tinkered with. So the middle one opens up the one near the ship or the bow. I'll do that one. There we go. Alright, so let's take a look around. I suppose there's a light switch or something in here. Yeah, under the sea. And it looks like we're going down further now. Yeah, we're still in the staircase here. It doesn't look like it looking this way, but we are in a staircase. It's like a recessed staircase directly ahead. Not that way. These sound effects though. I cannot move ahead if I turn left. What about if I go turn around? Can I move to the side of the staircase here? No. I can barely see anything. It looks bad on your end and it looks even worse on mine. Actually, I'm not certain I can see anything here. As in to interact with, not, like, no, sight, see. Okay, this appears to terminate in a dead end, and I don't see anything to interact with. I see a large square directly ahead of me. And not much else. Okay. Yeah, it's a bit too spoopy in there for me, a bit too dark, and I see nothing to play with, so I'm going to withdraw. And let's try button number 2. Actually, let's check here first. Okay, so button number 2 drains both of those entrances. One moment. Is there a path to the left here? There is not. Oh my god, it is so dark. Similar music to what we got in the channel wood, in the bedroom. Different decor though. Thank you, game. That took forever. Gold, silver, pearls, cutlery, random trophy, empty drawer. That's probably the most suspicious thing we've seen so far. Right, I want you to close that, and yeah, then we can check out the last drawer. The red page, that would be Cirrus, I believe. Look at my notes. Yep, Cirrus's page. He's the one who promised us a great reward if we return his pages. I have my doubts about that fellow. Yeah, I've got my doubts about both of them. No, no, no. What are you hiding under the pillows? It's either where you keep the lubricants or the sex toys, I know it. Nothing? Nothing, okay. There's got to be more down here. No idea what that is. Yeah, I kind of get the feeling that this guy was up to no good. Another knife, which we cannot pick up. So if I hold down the cursor, nothing happens. I let go, that happens. Yeah, okay, don't know. I don't think there's anything else in here. Or if there is, it's well hidden. Let's check out the other side. It's a long way down. So this side is also drained, I believe. But this is going to take me into a different room. Boy. Kind of looks similar to the ritual room which we found in the channel wood. There's a blue page. Akmar's page, or whatever his name is. This bed looks much more unkempt. It doesn't look like much of a bed at all. The fuck? Slowly dying. A ribcage with something inside? Sorry, I just lost my left earphone. What looks like poisons or other kind of bad liquids on the left-hand side. What were the Suns doing here? And indeed, what were they doing in the other places? We can check out both of those masks, which is making me think that perhaps we're going to need to go back to the Channelwood Age and look at those masks as well. What is that? Another medieval torture device? Interesting. Something that can change the age of an object, perhaps? Not that I've got anything we can put in there right now. How many drawers do we have? Looks like about 7. No, next drawer, please. Just maps, but I don't think they're maps of this world. Possibly other ages or other worlds. That's the bottom drawer. What's in the 6th drawer if I can successfully click it? Oh, that's interesting. That's super interesting. Oh my god. Star. Thank you. I don't know how long I've been on mute for, but yeah, I've been coughing my lungs up and talking to myself. I've been trying to do math for the last God knows how long, and I've only just realised that that was pointing at 135 there. Yeah, it's a nice bit of a disaster, unfortunately, because I feel very, very sick. Basically, I went through the increments of those lights there before the alarm went off and tried to figure out, okay, is each one of these 1? Is each one of these 10, 24, 12? And I figured with that generator going, that maybe something had changed up on the top of the island as well. So I went back up, saw the flashing lights, and then thought, ooh, maybe it's just as simple as inputting 135. And it totally is. Yeah, my voice is very dead tonight. Thank you for the heads up, I appreciate it, man. Okay, we have light now because that thing, the sensor is loose. But it's still dark down here, what the hell? Oof. Making progress. Or are we? Did the lights literally just go out? Don't know. LMR, you really like the random mode from Myst 2021. It makes it so puzzle answers could be realistically randomized as random every playthrough. Ooh. It's the anti-pirate software mode. Interesting. Yeah, I can see a game like this, you'd have to... you'd be forced to just use the same puzzle solutions every time in 2020 or 1993 or whatever year it came out, but when they re-released it, they can randomize the puzzles. That's kind of cool. But Toast Monster, how you doing, dude? Oh, there's some juice in the batteries. Let's see if... no, don't do that. You can do it. Well done. It's not a re-release, it's a full Unreal. Yeah. They redid it in Unreal Engine. And there are a few before that as well, I think. No? Okay, what's going on here? There's something strange going on here. With that. There was definitely lights when I went in there. So you couldn't hear me talking to myself for God knows how long as I was talking my way through these lights here. That's closed up. That's mildly concerning. You couldn't hear me, but basically I was talking my way through it going, okay, are these 10s, are these 24s? And so on and so forth. And I realized right at the end that they're 22.5s. What I'm not sure about, and I prefer not to find out, is... oh, hang on. Maybe if I approach it from the other side, we see the light in a different location. From a different corridor, I mean. Something to bear in mind. But yeah, I figured out at the end, yeah, that one's 135 degrees, and we can just push that one. I cannot math good at this hour, and I can barely talk at the moment because my voice is fucked. Okay, if this does not work, then I'll try this again, except I'll go down the other path. Yeah, I've got a copy of Real Myst somewhere, but it does not work with my video card. Yeah, so the light's here, so this place is well lit. Okay, the light must have gone out just as I came down here. Excuse me, what have I got? The book. Once again, I don't think we're done here. There's got to be more to this age than this. Lamar, Real Myst is notoriously broken on modern hardware. I would love to see it. Yeah, never played this before, so no idea what I'm getting myself into. Alright, so let's return some pages. I can do that much at least. Not that. Fuck's sake. Cirrus, what have you got for me? Jesus Christ. I'll get it eventually.
With each page I can see more clearly. Soon, free from this horrible prison, this book. You must visit the one remaining age you have not. Confident that my brother Akana is demented. He is guilty. He took advantage of the freedom our father had given us. Akana began to
I can't hear you, dude.
I ask you again. Do not retrieve the blue pages. He will destroy both myself and you, just as he destroyed the other pages of Myst. Never will escape. You must simply bring the red story that I, your wisdom, you will see that I am innocent and he is guilty.
What's wrong with your face?
This forgotten island long ago. I will owe you my life, and you will be greatly rewarded.
I don't know, the way your face warped at the end there, that is not a face that I can trust. Alright, let's go back there and grab the blue page, and then I've got some decisions to make, I think. Why did I decide to pick this? I mean, it was on sale a while back along with Riven, and I've never played it. I like to think of this as filling in gaps in my gaming knowledge, if that makes any sense. Myst 1993 original, Masterpiece Edition 1999, re-rendered all the graphics in higher resolution, better sound and hint system. Real Myst 2000, which I own, fully 3D version with 3 free movements. Real Myst Masterpiece Edition, remaster of that on Unity. Oh god. And then Myst 2021, full remaster with VR support. I assume that is the Unreal pause. I imagine those 3D versions are easier to play than these ones. Just moving around the world freely and being able to solve the puzzles without having to like click through all of these screens, if that makes any sense. Yeah, I never played this back in the day, so I don't mind checking it out. Plus, my hand is mangled at the moment. Specifically, I've got a very bad cut on my right pointer finger knuckle. Can't get my left and right's right. And basically, I'm just taking it easy, so I figured I would do some pointing and clicking for my nightly streams rather than some intensive games like I normally play. You can see last week I could barely grip the controller, less alone a mouse and whatnot. Sex-based term. Masterpiece Edition, Real Myst Masterpiece Edition, and Myst 2021 is definitely the best 3 ways to play it. So, LMR 1, apparently 3-way is a sex-based term. I can't possibly imagine why. I'm an innocent person. I do not understand that. Sebastian BC, how you doing, dude? No way you play another one of your favourite childhood favourites. I insert an additional favourite there, but it's all good. How are you doing, dude? Thank you for dropping in. Where am I going? Don't want to go that way. I want to go this way and then through. And then I'll grab the blue page. Sick, injured. Why'd I do that? 1 of the 2 not enough? I mean, I didn't ask for either of them. I've got a flu or a virus or something, which is badly affecting my head and my throat. And I have an injured right pointer finger knuckle. I asked for neither of them, I promise. Yeah, this guy doesn't seem on the level either. There's weird stuff around the place. We saw something weird at the Channelwood as well. Poisons and whatnot. Riven, the sequel to Myst, also got the Unreal Engine treatment not too long ago. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, I'll definitely be checking out Riven on the PlayStation as well, because I own that. I bought it a while ago along with this, and yeah, once we're done with this game, we'll check that out sometime. I have played a little bit of Riven. I don't remember anything about it. But I do know it was very well received back in the day. Just want to generate some power. Off mute again? Yes, good. Cough my lungs up in the background here. Alright, so there's still plenty of juice in there. It must have run out just as I went down there last time. It's also the first time the sequel was ever remastered. The sequel was never re-released to hell and back like the original was. Yeah, they really milked this game, didn't they? But there was only one release of Riven. Alright. Once again, I don't think we're done here. Go down, please. It's just odd that the only thing we find down here is the linking book. Back we go. Right, Akna, or whatever your name is. Tell me more.
Oh, my friend.
I'm not your friend, buddy.
2 pages. I see. convinced the Cirrus is guilty. Pray, do not release him. He will destroy me, just as he did. The innocent bystander. I've been wrongfully tricked into imprisonment. And you have observed his unbridled lust for riches. In the 4 remaining worlds. Gruesome plot. It was almost perfect. Final blow to the father. You tricked him into believing that it was I who was the murderer. I didn't murder father. Bring me the remaining. Please. A liar. All in a liar. Must not be free. The remaining blue pages from the last age of Myst. I must be free. You must free me. I cannot bear it here for eternity. Free me.
I'm sorry, I just saw something hilarious pop up on my Steam notification. I just need to do something very quickly. I can barely understand what this guy is saying, but he seems a bit more emotionally distressed than Cirrus. One moment. That's hilarious. Holy shit. Alright, sorry. Doing personal stuff in the background. Where are you, OBS? Wonder if Uru will ever get remastered LMR? If you recall, the original Uru had multiplayer, but the servers are long dead. Which one is Uru? Is that Myst 3? I think they came up with about 5 of these games. I assume the game is perfectly completable alone though, as it's being sold on PC digitally to this day. Even though the servers are dead. Interesting. What's wrong with Uru? Don't know. Slowly dying, chat. Okay, so we've been to 3 ages. Spaceship is done. Don't remind me about that. Stone ship is done. And a channel wood is done. Is there really no way that I can look at the tower house here on the left? I don't think so. I really thought it would have been 2 o'clock based on what we saw in the spaceship age, but no, nothing to sort. Uru is a separate game in the Myst franchise. You actually have no idea where it places in the chronology. It's just called Uru Ages Beyond Myst. That name does ring a bell. The Steam version is a complete edition, so it's called Uru Complete Chronicles. Yeah, if I get further into this, I might check it out. You can do it. Well done. So, I've definitely looked at those gears, but I didn't see anything to fiddle with. So I've really got no idea what this key is going to be. Still think it's crazy that I brute forced 59 volts before I came up here and saw it. No, go up the ladder, please. I just want to look up here. Right, so we're looking at the gears, but I didn't see anything I could interact with there. Apart from the switch perhaps, but we've learned a little bit about the switches. The problem with the switches is that there's one on that island which we can't access. Not yet anyway, not until I figure out what time's put on the clock. And I suppose we're going to get a time right here. Alright, so maybe that's the answer. Maybe that's the time that we need to put into the clock, and then 221. I mean, I literally can't think of anywhere else to put that time, so I'm guessing we're going to the clock. LMR 1, not gonna lie, you kind of miss these old point and click games that don't hold your hand as you figure out stuff on your own. They force your brain to think way more than modern games do. Preach, brother or sister or NB. Preach. That's my way of saying I agree. 24221. It's gotta be here, right? It has to be. I've gone the other way, but it's fine. So that should read 240 now. Let's push the big red button and see what happens. Oh, this means I can access the vaults. If this works. I do believe that works. We can now go across there. Let's flip that. I'm going to say that means that all 8 switches are on. Right, we were told to... Oh, fuck, what am I looking at here? Okay, I immediately regret doing that. Let me rewind that. So if I push it... I'm guessing that's a reset. Okay, that's going to manipulate the top 2. Okay, I see what I have to do. I can already see what I have to do. So I need to put this one to 2. And then I need to hold it down until it reaches 3. Not like that. Like that. Then we pull this one once. Then we pull it again, and then we stop it at 1 at the bottom. Maybe not. Okay, I was not expecting that. How do we manipulate the bottom one then? Like that. Nothing that rewind can't solve, but if I didn't have that, I'll just need to manipulate that and do it the long way. LMR, funny thing is you're a 2000s kid, so logically you should be all about those modern ultra HD games and stuff. Man, fuck people's preconceptions of that, honestly. I mean, I'm an 80s kid and I love old games, but if you're a 2000s or 210s or whatever and you love old games, that's totally fine. But you grew up with Tomb Raider on PS1, dude, nice. And whatever shovelware your mum had on PS2, so you're more drawn to the games of yesteryear, back when developers actually cared about the art and had to work around hardware limitations. When you see a modern game that's over 100 gig, you physically recoil. I mean, there are some good modern games which are huge, but I mean, yeah, I hear. The classics are classics for a good reason. And yeah, I have enjoyed, like, I've been going back and playing old games for my channel and whatnot, and I do really go back and enjoy playing these games and seeing what the devs came up with back then. So, there's my voice. All 8 switches are on, I believe. I don't think there were any others. There was a dock. One outside here, one outside there, one outside there, one outside here. I believe there was only one here. There's one there that I've switched on. Yeah, so looking at this note, just zoom in on that. Access could be achieved very easily if the simple instructions are followed. First, locate each of the marker switches. Done that. Turn every one of these switches to the on position. Also done that. Then go to the dock and as a final step, turn the marker switch there to the off position. So if I go to the dock now and switch it off, maybe something will happen. Oh man, I need to play Tomb Raider again. I bought the collection on PS4, PS5, and I've only played through the first game. I need to play through 2 and 3. I have played through 2 back in the day, but it's been a minute, and I've never played 3 onwards. Okay, that's open up there. Let me make a hard save. And let's flip this and see what happens. Something's going to happen. Oh. A page of some sort. Anyone who played its completion was Angel of Darkness. You did it for fun, knowing it's considered one of, if not the worst game in the series. They've remastered that. It was part of the collection, the second collection that they brought out. At least I think it is. I could be wrong. I'm frequently wrong on many things. Can I return this page at all? If not, I may need to leave it for now. Put it in here? No, it does not belong in there. Alright, let me load that. We will check out the mechanical age first, but before we do, I did this at the start of the stream and I coughed my lungs up for about 5 minutes straight. Played the remastered version. You assumed it would be marginally less painful than the original, but it was still an experience. Nice. I'll look forward to that when the time comes. Which one is the mechanical book? Look at my notes. It is the bottom left book. One with the gear on it. I'll call it quits in about an hour's half time because I don't want to go too late. Alright, so the mechanical age. Before arriving at this age, I was determined that it would be a journey to a world very different from my previous adventures. And it was. The sky here is dark and grey and incessantly displays flashes of lightning in the distance. I met a very old man with a long beard and hair that hangs to his waist. He is very feeble and has trouble even moving. This man has obviously been through very many things in this strange world. Thank you for the follow, dude. Appreciate it. And I have learned many things from him. He has told me an interesting story of this world's history. Years ago, he told me, there was a beautiful city that rose up out of the water. It housed many people inside its walls, and the people had everything they wished for. the city was surrounded by 3 high hills which rose higher than the city. 3 hills. On the east hill of the city rested a large lookout post. The people of the city had constructed the post, expecting visitors to arrive from the east. The people had no means of travelling on the water, which forced them to merely wait for friend or foe. As time passed, friendly visitors brought rumours of an enemy that existed beyond the horizon. Lookout post's attempts at peace were turned away. That's a weird sentence. And the sentries there were easily overwhelmed. The ships continued to wreak havoc on the city, apparently destroying everyone and everything. This is a very strange book. After the foundations of the city were destroyed, the city sunk deep into the ocean, and only the lookout post remained. Black ships sailed away. The man... condemned, I can't read that. Confined? I don't know. The man had something to say that 8 people had hidden and managed to survive through the attack. In the 9 years since the attack, 2 of the survivors had died, so we're down to 6. He also said that it was rumoured that 10 years from the attack, the enemy would return to finish the destruction they had started so long ago. 10 years, we saw that in the Stone Ship Age as well. I've decided, since hearing the man's story, it will be admirable to save this civilization and stop this enemy's plan of destruction. I am excited about the adventure that awaits me, and an idea has sparked in my mind to provide the needed defense for these people. I met the remaining survivors today, all 6 of them, and I have begun work on a plan for protection. I'll grab a screenshot of that, but I don't think that's anything that I particularly need to worry about. Little screenshot because I can't get OBS to behave. After a short absence, I have returned to this age with my 2 sons. They have, as of yet, travelled rarely with me, and they are understandably excited to be here. They have grown considerably since Everdunes, and it is already obvious to me that they will be a great help this time, instead of the nuisance they have been in the past. Jesus Christ, dude, don't write that down. If your kids are being shitheads, don't put that in writing. All 3 of us, along with 4 of the healthier survivors, began construction today. We are building upon the old city's ruins, which will provide a perfect foundation for our fortress. My sons have been spending much of their spare time on the South Island, where most of my materials are stored. I am very pleased with their intelligence, and their creativity is refreshing to see, as they work on some small projects of their own. Right, some sort of trapdoor. It has been 4 months now, and construction is going well. My sons love the world except for its grey sky. They detest the grey sky, and tell me many times they wish the sky here were like the blue sky in Myst. The old man I first talked to tells me that the enemy is due in 4 months. I feel we will be ready when the time comes. The man reminds me of Emmett in many ways. That was the guy in the age where we just were, the Stone Ship Age. And I've lost the sentence. The man reminds me of Emmett in many ways, and I often wonder how Emmett and his people are doing. It has been 6 months of work, and we have finally finished the fortress. It rests between the 3 hills, which are now only islands, due to a rising water level, that the people experienced after the attack. Inside the fortress, I've designed a most intriguing device. It makes use of a technology called holography. I began experimenting with my visits to Apamir. I feel like I'm not reading that correctly. Holography, yeah, it feels like there's some punctuation missing there. It will be working in a couple of days after I compensate for some small miscalculations. This holographic device will enable the survivors to learn to use the fortress. The enemy is due to come soon, and I trust the fortress will provide sufficient protection for all of us. That flag, is that the... I feel like I want to go back and check the Stone Ship Age. I want to look at that flag, that's fabric, or whatever it was that we saw in that drawer in Sirius's room. So that does look familiar. Just taking a screenshot of that, so A fortress, a South Island, and presumably a North Island. The Black Ships have come, their attack was substantial. Kind of looks like an Islamic flag, just quietly. Their weapons have been stopped, and it appears they have turned away in defeat. I could not help but smile as I watched the boats leave. Last night we had a small celebration, and the old survivors danced their dances of old. My sons did not understand why the sky had not turned back to its original blue. The old man told them that the storms would never end until the enemy was destroyed. I assured my sons that a blue sky, was not worth the risk of death, and they seem to hear me. Have had a healthy adventure, and have begun work on a new book. Weird sentence. Once again, I must leave a familiar age in search of a new universe I have begun. But first, I will have an extended time with Catherine, whom I miss very much. I must also return to the people of the tide. Who are they? I believe in my travels I have found a substance that will ease the pain of their bone ailments that they have long endured. I hope to return to mechanical age one day and find the population growing and my fortress still strong. Though the sky may always be black, I am confident the people here feel a heavier darkness has been lifted from their shoulders. Is the sky going to be black? Also, I'm guessing that when we get there, we're not going to find any evidence of people. Just based on everything that I've seen so far. Alright, going down. Well, not going down, we're just opening this book. Well, that does not look like a black sky. The fortress with two dangly bits hanging off it. Let's take a look. That is a very bright cog. Lamar, the way I talk about this game reminds me a lot of a YouTuber called Dylandau. Never heard of him, 3000, which is not a bad thing. He's basically an expert on all things Myst. Yeah, I know nothing about this game. I know nothing. Blind playthrough. I just try narrating things with my terrible voice, and yeah, my voice is going tonight. What have we here? Okay, 10 symbols per. I'm not brute forcing that in a hurry because there are 10,000 combinations. I'm guessing that may control this. That cog is super bright. Alright, let's go over here. This must be the fortress. And yeah, the sky is blue, which means the enemy is no more. They've either been defeated or they've died naturally, perhaps. Just like that. Lost. Let's turn around. So I can go left or right. Let's go left. A variant of Sirius's music, perhaps? What is this place? Interesting. I'm more disturbed by the artwork behind you, but okay. A throne? It's okay, it's not a chessboard. Could be worse. Okay, I'm seated on the throne now. That seems inappropriate. Can I look up at this thing? No. Glass? The hell? Alright, it's been a very weird world so far. The red page is in here. Sirius's room. It sounded like Sirius's music. What is that? Sirius, your greed sickens me. Your desire for wealth as plunder is never satisfied. I will instruct my subjects not to pay your new tax, and you know they'll listen to me. Regards, Agnar. Regards? Really? Alright, so we have a red page there. Yeah, the moment we walked in here, we heard that music, and I thought, yeah, that's Sirius's music. That's the chest with the red page. No, it's that chest there. We can't look in there. I don't think there's anything else in there other than the red page and that nose. Context. So before they were imprisoned in the books, the brothers had a bit of a falling out. They were managing this place, managing the ages, doing something, and they didn't agree with each other. Oh, look at this. The spaceship. The boat. What was the other thing? The spaceship, the boat, and it was the tree. Is that Catherine? I think that might be Catherine. No sign of the tree. Telescope similar to the one that we saw in at the top of the Stonewood Age, not the Stonewood, the Stone Ship Age. I can't see anything there, and I don't see any option to change this or move it around. The clock. It's almost like this room is where a lot of stuff was developed. Those are lighting up when I just hover over them. Is this important? Yellow, green, red. YGR. I've not forgotten in the Channel Wood that there's a puzzle there or something in there that I couldn't figure out. Oh my god. I've got no idea where I'm looking now. I'm lost. Thrones on the rise. Is that Atris or whatever his name is? Father? Don't know. I saw that switch, but if I go this way, does that just take me back to the entrance? It does not. It takes me into what I assume is Sirius's room. And then if I pass through there, that takes me back to the entrance. Okay. The only world in which they don't appear to have configured their rooms is the spaceship age. Just found the pages lying around randomly somewhere. And again, we come to this room and it's very, very... what's the word I'm looking for? Ritualistic, perhaps? Aknar was into some weird shit. Just like that, I'm lost. Yeah, I see the panel there. That's where I came from. Oh my god. I'll figure this out eventually. So if I look left, I'm looking at the swords and the... some sort of tapestry here. Let me check out those weapons on the right. Maces, morning stars, which apparently aren't real. Actually, morning stars might be real, but flails are not. I was very disappointed when I learned that. Check in the box. Close enough. That doesn't seem to be anything. Right, so as we come in here, what do we have? A helmet, a sword. Is that locked? I think it's locked and I don't think I can open it based on this screen here. Otherwise there will be a second render of this with the trunk actually open. What looks like another knife. I can sit down on the throne and this is what I see. It looks very, very restrictive. It's not a terribly interesting view. I can open that. I don't think I can take the axe, unfortunately. Game. Fortress Rotation Simulator. Oh god. That is the holographic display that he mentioned in the book. So... I take that to mean it's currently locked. Yeah, I'm guessing the left switch controls the speed at which it rotates. And the right one basically just makes it move. So that's super fast now. Okay. Noted. We don't know if that's actually rotating it or not though. We'll find out when we get outside perhaps. These folk were into some weird shit. I don't trust either of them. Blue page. No idea what that is. Again, poisons. There's our blue page. I say poisons, but it's equally likely he could just be an alchemist. A cell. Whoa. Okay, that's terrifying. The thing that scares me about that is there are bars on the floor, meaning you can't stand on the floor. Gotta be standing on the bars. That's passing an electrical current or something, then fuck me. Alright. So we've got the 2 pages. 2 feuding brothers. Let's go over here. Because I passed this. I think I may have just set off an alarm or something. What are we looking at? Not sure. Can I go behind it? Really? No? Right, the alarm appears to have stopped. Let me just check out Sirius's room again. I just want to make sure there's nothing in there that I've missed with respect to... Whoa. Okay, never mind. I can't click on that. I think something's missing here. Like I need to find something and place it on there, perhaps. I can rotate that. Interesting. I have to turn away and then look at it. So what I'm rotating may change what I'm looking at there. Maybe there's a path through there, but I probably need to... these are my words. I probably need to find that panel for the left-hand side first. So as I was saying before I got interrupted, let me just make sure there's no switches or something in here that I might have missed. It seems very much like Cirrus, or this room contains a lot of the puzzle design here. Just going to take a screenshot of that because I think that's important. I will forget about it otherwise. Ignore the little audio skip there. I don't think so. Okay, let me go check out the fortress rotation simulation. And because I did look it up after I went through the horror that was the spaceship maze maze, whatever, I'm going to take some notes on the sounds. wait for the whole thing again. Okay. So again, I'm going to assign bad noises or bad descriptions to all of these sounds. So if it's pointing west or what looks like west, we hear a squirting noise. Just typing some stuff into paint.net. West squirt. If we go south, we hear a very clear bell. If we're going east, we hear what sounds like an exhaust noise. And north, I believe, is a very high-pitched ding. I said north is a high-pitched ding. Like that. Don't know why I didn't get it first time. Alright, so if I was to point this, say, east, does that change anything outside? It says simulation, so I'm guessing not. But right now I'm not sure what else to try. Just bring you back up again, chat. Where am I going? Getting spun around. Looking at time, I'll call it quits in 1 hour's time. Okay, nothing's immediately changed out here. I'm still looking at the ruins over there, which are identical to what we saw earlier. I cannot go right there, I cannot go left here, so... What do we have? We have a 4-button combination here, which I did not know how to solve. That's where we came in, that's nothing. And we've got the room downstairs. We've also got an island on the right hand side which feels like it should be accessible, but I'm not sure how just yet. I'm guessing though I need to rotate this island to point the bridge. 1 moment. Can I go forward there? No. I'm guessing we need to rotate this so that it's pointing to the other island, but right now I'm not sure how. And my biggest clue that I've got, I think, if I can actually see the suckers. These 3 guys here, what do they represent? They're lighting up when I hover over them, I can't click on them. What else am I looking at here, other than a pane of glass? So I can push that switch. We turn right and turn left. That opens up. And as I'm making my way down there, it looks like we can see 3 of these switches here, but there's only 1 switch. Kind of like a Hall of Mirrors effect or something. The issue I've got though is I can see this thing is rotating, but I can't click on that thing on the left there. So I hear two banging noises. Is that a thing? I don't think it's a thing. I'm seeing that the gears are getting stuck immediately after the bangs. Or just got stuck there, never mind, that's nothing. It's not in time. Those banging noises though. I don't think it's something. I think it's more likely that I need to find the device that goes on there first. Bring it. Maybe it's just part of the music in the background. I think I need to find that thing that goes on that thing first, but I'm not sure where to find it. Yeah, we're not getting through there. What do I need to do here? I've seen anything that resembles a combination or something that I can pick up that I can use to fix that machine, perhaps. That's a jack in the box, that's nothing. Yeah, it's that drumming in the background, it's nothing. Let's be looking here again. Actually, let me sit on here again. Maybe something will reveal itself. This, I assume, is where the brothers ruled. Nothing behind there. I cannot enter the cell. I can do that, which looks terrifying. I don't know if it serves any real purpose or not, though. I can look at this, but I think the only purpose of that is to pick up a blue page. There's something there, but I can't make it out. I was kind of thinking we'd find a lesser in here, similar to what we saw in Sirius's room, but no. Okay, I'm starting to struggle a bit here. Let's go back this way. Did I miss a combination or something in here, perhaps? We can't get a good look at that disc. We sit on the throne, we Don't see much really. I can look out there, I see nothing. I assume that's going to change later. I don't think it's important that it's shaking its head. What am I missing? A diamond, an octagon, and... I think that's six-sided, but it's very awkwardly shaped. Where is it? It's on the right there. Yeah, I clicked on the glass thinking that it would do something with the glass, but it opened this up instead. I don't think there was anything else in here. The red page is in there. I can pick that up, but there's nothing underneath it. We've got the wine bottles here. I can't move behind them. Is this passing anything, perhaps? I don't think so. We've got this letter, which... I don't see any kind of secret code in there. Alright, I'm at a bit of a loss here. I'm not going to crack and look at the walkthrough just yet, but... if I can't figure this out after about half an hour, I might have to do so. I've got to be missing something super obvious. So honestly, all the puzzles in this game have been fairly logical, it's been fairly free-flowing. I haven't gotten stuck anywhere. I probably missed stuff, but I have not gotten stuck. What shapes do we have here? It's going to take a better look. Nothing that resembles those gems and nothing that I've seen thus far. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to brute force that. There's too many combinations. Why can't I look that way? I thought this might have been something here. I can see 4 diamonds there. Maybe there's some sort of pattern on the back there, but I don't see any way of removing these swords or whatever have you. Like I said, I don't think that does anything. It's a simulator, but I kind of want to go back out and check anyway. Not going to sit through that load screen. I wanted to see if that thing underneath it could be clicked. I don't expect anything to change out here. No. So, we've got that thing in the center, which we can definitely rotate. But the thing is, I think we need something on the left-hand side to be able to tell what the hell we're doing. I think that's the first step. And this also looks somewhat sus. Why is this here? Yeah, I don't know about this one. And why are these lighting up? What are they? There are drawers on the throne on the left and right. Here and here. We've got the ship, and something in the middle here, which I can't look at. That also looks sus. Clock, which we can't look at. We can look out through there. If I was to go here and rotate the place, I imagine we're just rotating the sensor. We're not rotating the fortress itself. Yeah, you look down here, you can see 3 switches, but that's not it. Yeah, that dung dung is nothing. Okay, I see it now. I see it. It's very hard to see, but there are 2 rings on the left there. And the sensor ring is moving. I did not see that earlier. So, yep, it's lit up. That's too far. It's like when the 2 holes align, everything lights up. Please don't take that sentence out of context. Oh my god. So I need to speed it up around here and then slow it down. I need to slow it down early. Jesus, I thought there was like a panel or something I had to put on that. Are we good? Okay, progress. If I go up here now and turn around, I should see something totally different. Jesus fuck, that took me way too long to figure out. automatically this time. Wow. Alright, so what do we have? I cannot go around the sides, so this looks like it might be an elevator. Interesting elevator. Okay. Hopefully only 2 floors. Where am I? No, you're not telling me this is it. The hell? I can't look up or down here. I can look back at the elevator. I can look up. Can I fiddle with these lights? No. It's like I can see 2 switches there. Okay, I'm confused. I go up. If I do that, that's going to send me down, isn't it? This takes me roughly halfway. Now, is this part of the puzzle solution I'm looking at right here? Why is that putting me halfway? What's the go here? Just grabbing a screenshot of this. That's gotta be something, right? I say it's gotta be something, but reality is no, it's probably not. It's only 2 things. Can I turn around in here? Can I look around? Can I force open the doors? It doesn't seem like it. And if I hit the middle switch again, nothing's happening. If I hit down, that's what will return me to whence I came. Okay, so I definitely see 2 vertical lines there. We'll just go back into the center. I don't know why we got 2 beeps there. That was unusual. So I see 2 vertical lines. I see what looks like a square with the cross in it. Why the 2 beeps? It's not really a square with a cross, it's something else. If I go down further... Is this the combination we saw at the start? I'm not convinced it is, because I think I can only see 3 symbols. I can see an I, a cross, and then 2 vertical lines. If I go out here, there doesn't seem to be much. I could walk out, but there appears to be nothing that I can do here other than looking up. I can turn around. If I look up, which is very hard to see because the cursor doesn't want to show up, I see this. I'm mashing like a mofo and nothing's happening. That looks, well, that is red, but I'm looking at the shape here, wondering if that matches the gem. So at this point, I think I've got 2 thoughts at this time. The first is that I play with the virtual tower rotation again and see what happens. Second is that maybe I can go back to the stars and take a look at the buttons that we can push at the stars, just to see whether or not those symbols seem to line up with what we're seeing in the middle of the elevator there. Those are my only 2 thoughts at this time. I'll try rotating this. We'll go back into the elevator and see if anything changes. Let's point it north. Any day now. Yeah, maybe that's puzzle there, or the fortress simulation rotator, or whatever it's called. Maybe that's just there to teach you the sound effects that you need for the maze. In which case, awesome, that would have been great to know, you know, about 2.5 hours before I started the maze. Any change here? No, those symbols are identical. If I turn around and look up, do I see anything different? I do not. Those look like 2 switches though, which we can play with. So we go in here. I hear 2 beeps. That takes us halfway. And we can definitely see more of this. As opposed to going the other way, which, let's go back up, if I can. We get no beeps. And we can see the bottom symbol and more of the middle symbol. I do not know what to make of that just yet, but there's only one thing I can think of doing right now, and that is going back to the stars and taking another look at those symbols. Oh god, where am I going? It should not be this hard. This is where having a 3D remake would be fantastic. But no, I'm playing the PS1 version because I enjoy pain. Right, do I see anything here that resembles what we're looking at in the middle of that elevator? If not, then I'm officially at a loss. Nah, I don't know. None of this is really lining up. We have what looks like an eye at the bottom. As in the lesser eye, not an, you know, an eye. And I see nothing there that would resemble us. And we've got two vertical lines at the top, which looks like it might be that perhaps, but that's a huge stretch. We saw that a moment ago on the panel, but that seems to have been for the purpose of solving the elevator so that we can go up there. We can go up the elevator, but that's accomplished nothing. There's got to be something in that room that I'm missing. What am I missing here? I can't turn around. I can move forward. And that's it. I cannot go behind the elevator, which is deeply distressing. The elevator is red, is that a thing? Bloody hell. Come on. Yeah, the shape up top is kind of similar to that. God. I'm just trying to walk through the corridor game. Nothing changed there. It wouldn't matter which page I've got, would it? No. I'm at a loss here once again. Just when I felt like I was making good progress, I feel like I've hit a brick wall. This one doesn't appear to be any more sophisticated than we just need to make the rings line up. Like the rings are not going to change color. Yeah, that's all that is. Actually, hang on. Did anything else change in the other rooms now that we've put that elevator into position? Use my words. Like if I go out here, if I want to sit on the throne, can I see something different? Short answer is no. I don't expect it to because we're looking outside of the fortress here. I do not see any weird symbols. What about what's-his-face's room? Anything there? What about the internal rooms? Anything in there? Nothing behind a tapestry. Oof. This is frustrating because I feel like I'm really at a dead end here with respect to There's only one thing that I can do. I need to figure it out before I can progress. I also figure that's got to do something, but I don't know what. It's not changing the color of this elevator or something. What on earth am I missing here? We go forward. I can't go around to the sides. I have to go in here. The elevator can stop halfway. We see the same symbols there. If it stops halfway, then I don't believe there's anything we can do but touch the up arrow or the down arrow. I clearly see symbols there. If I touch the middle one now, can I go up further? It beeps twice. What is the significance of that? What if I send it up and do it again? Right now I'm just fiddling. No change. Yeah, this one I'm not certain about. I don't want to look at a walkthrough, but I might take a quick peek when I log off tonight, or just before I log off tonight, because I don't know what to do here. I look up, I see that. What does that mean? I feel like I should be able to play with those, but I can't climb up there. This is basically a dead end. What am I looking at? I don't see any hidden symbols here, or... I can sort of see a half moon there, but I don't think that's anything. Yeah, I don't know. I can go back down and that's all well and good, but... I can look this way. I'm mashing and nothing's happening. That panel looks a bit different. What am I missing? I can't fiddle with the lights. That's just going to take me back inside the elevator. I can definitely see a pattern inside the elevator. But I'm not seeing how that pattern helps me in any meaningful way. I might have to admit defeat here. Like, what am I even looking at there? It's got to be something related to these symbols. It has to be, right? Excuse me. But I think I can rewind here because it'll potentially undo my save. I've seen nothing of value in these two rooms. It's gotta be that. Directly ahead. So let me just bring up my notes. I want to take a look at what I screenshotted earlier. I mean, I can clearly see that the fortress can rotate, but I don't know. So we hear two beeps, two flashes. I don't know. I feel I'm at a complete dead end here. It's almost like it feels like I'm missing an area. Like I'm missing a screen or two. Like some super important contextual clue which is eluding me. Yeah, that's where it came from. I'm getting nothing out of there. I'm going to call it quits in 20 minutes, but let me just take a quick look at these symbols again. I want to screenshot these symbols. I want to see if there's anything resembling these fucking symbols around the place. So they were sets of crosses. Just grabbing a screenshot of that. And of that. Game, please. I'm already cranky at you. I do not need to be pushed further. And those two there. So I can see all 10 symbols on my notes, but the problem I've got is I just don't recall seeing any of those symbols anywhere in the level. Even in that elevator. I'm not seeing it. Then also on Sirius's note, or Aknar's note I should say, They're not in here. They're not part of these 3 glowy thingies, glowing gems. It's not part of this wannabe chessboard. We can't see anything there. I assume I need to rotate the fortress and then look through that. That's no help. There's a huge handle here which I cannot pull because reasons. Nothing on the floor. We got this guy here who, when we wind this, shakes his head, but I don't think that's anything. I can't see anything interesting in the painting or whatever it is behind him. That does not seem to pertain to the symbols at all. I assume that's Catherine, that's nothing. I don't see anything on the ship or the ship. There's no shadow puppets going on here. If I could just see one of these symbols, I would die a happy man. But right now I'm seeing nothing. And I'll check again, but I'm certain there was nothing in the wine cellar. Come on. Get the fuck over there. You can do it. I have faith in you. I can move forward, I can check that out, I can grab the red page. Yeah, he did say he would give us a great reward if we freed him, and it looks like he has the means to do so. At least monetarily. So we do have some different coloured bottles here. I don't think it means anything though. Just look at the symbols. I can't see that lining up with any of the symbols. And obviously we have this, which I've read. So I don't think that points me towards any of the symbols. Why would he say regards? You'd think he would end it with like a fuck you or something. I'm not going to bring this up again, but I know for a fact that the symbols that are shown here, like the little fortress, the virtual fortress, is not the same as the symbols that are being shown on the earlier puzzle. Weapons. I mean, there is a symbol with spikes, but I don't think that's it. Oh, we've got a crossbow there. Okay, I didn't see that. So what? Mace, mace, morningstar, and crossbow. I don't see how that corresponds to the symbols. We have a jack in the box, which is a snack. I want to say that's nothing as well. The mask, the 2 swords, the wings. Yeah, I don't know about this. So let me check that trunk again. Is there something inside that helmet? Nothing on the pommel. Anywhere I click here is taking me out. I'm not seeing any symbols or anything that can help me crack that code. Chain? Nah. I can't examine this bear rug or whatever it is. Animal rug. There is a loop on the wall there, which I cannot interact with. If I sit down on the throne, I can see a knife underneath it, which I cannot grab. But I can see myself here, and we see this. And again, I'm not seeing anything useful here. Those weapons on the right hand side look a bit sus, but I don't know how you'd match those up with symbols. I'm deeply worried about those weapons. Let it be said for the record when I inevitably look up a solution. Right, what is this? We have bottles. Maybe I can actually look at the shelf. Do any of these line up? 4 green bottles. Not seeing anything there. We've got what looks like a torture chamber to our right hand side, which we can flick on. What if I hold it? Okay, if I hold it, nothing happens. It just flicks up, and then if I let go, it will do that. This also seems quite important. But how? I can't fiddle with the lock. I see nothing in this room that can help me either. Which means the only thing I can think of doing is taking the elevator. Taking it up leads to a dead end. Taking it halfway leads to something interesting, but I don't know how to exploit it. And those gems, what are those gems? I'm just deeply worried that we are going in the elevator and we're going into a red room. That these gems may be playing a part somehow. I don't see anything in the room below that can change it other than rotating this into position, which we've done. Nothing in this little corridor. We cannot go around the elevator. I cannot look up, I cannot look down. I can only go into it or turn around. And once we're in here, I can only go forward or play with the panel. I cannot go down further. I can go up. We see the 3 symbols briefly. We cannot go further up. We can go down. We can close the door, which takes us to a halfway point. And from here, it looks like we can only go down or only go up. I go up, and then hit this, it beeps twice. But it looks identical. It's not quite identical because we're a little bit further up, but we're in the same elevator shaft. We see the same thing. If I go up, I am automatically being spun around to look at this. But why? What am I looking at here? What's so important about this? Look at the symbols. I can't go left, I can't go right. I can look down. I don't see anything I can interact with here. I am going to look for a hint. I am stumped. I imagine I'm missing a screen, but I don't know where. I don't even think I'm missing a mechanic at this point. I think I'm just straight up missing a screen. Mechanical age, I am trying not to read too much. Okay, so that's aligned. What? Okay, I didn't read all of that, but it's telling me that apparently I can step out. Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense, doesn't it? Well, actually, no, it doesn't, if you ask me. That's kind of bullshit. Yeah, I wouldn't have got that. We need to hit this button, and then quickly get out. That's kind of bullshit, game. And you know it. I saw those switches, damn it. Okay. Bell. I have notes on this. Yeah, I saw something about get out of the elevator, so it's like, wait, do I have to go halfway down or what? I didn't read that much. But yeah, it makes sense when you hear those beeps. So the bell means that it is facing south. That's where the fortress is pointing at the moment. And if that's the case, then if we want to go right to the other area, we need to make a point east. So if we do that... I'm kind of salty that I looked at the walkthrough for that, but I would not have got that in an expedient manner. That's kind of a bullshit puzzle. So at this point, the fortress should have rotated. And if it has, well, when I get outside, I'll call it quits for tonight because I've had enough. I need to try and get a good night's sleep tonight because I've got a lot of work to do tomorrow. A lot of catch-ups to do. Yeah, already that looks different. Yep, there we go. So it was facing south, that's where we came in, and now it's facing east. There's something to the north as well, okay. That's not what my map shows, but fine. I'm not really happy about that puzzle. But Yeah, if we came here first and then went to the spaceship page, that would have made it so much easier. Okay, let me just try and solve this super quickly tonight. I won't call it quits just yet. Let's see if we can not brute force that puzzle, but figure out that puzzle. Taking screenshots. So I took a screenshot of that. I would like to, you know, actually paste it into this document. Thank you. Right. I'm going to be a cheeky bum and rewind all the way back here. It is pointing south. Look at my notes. It is pointing east. It is pointing north. I'm going to make the assumption that I do not need to actually physically visit all of these places on the same run. That I can just cheese it like this, so to speak. And given the hassle that I've had of figuring out that puzzle, which I need help with, I'm hoping, well, I'm thinking / hoping that the moment we input this 4-digit code, it's going to let us out, which is going to feel bad. I have no intention of listening to these sad sacks of shit talk about their stories in their books tonight. I'll leave that for tomorrow. What do we have here? Do we have anything to the west? We do not, so this has got to be the second half of the code. It has to be. Yeah. There is one thing I would like to check before I rewind all the way. Right, that's all screenshotted. Has this changed at all? Fuck's sake. No, you can do it. So there's possibly something we need to look out there as well. There's a few unsolved mysteries. We've got the channel wood. I don't believe we've done the stone ship age, and no, I need to rewind all the way back here now. And we possibly got something else in channel wood that I'm forgetting about. I said we weren't done there though, not by a long shot, so yeah, maybe there's more to discover here. That spoopy skeleton attached to the mast, I mean, that's got to be something. What exactly? I don't know yet, but it's got to be something. Yeah, kind of annoyed by that, but I would not have figured out that we could just drag the cursor over and exit the elevator without delay. It wasn't obvious enough in my opinion. Alright, let's input the code. I know what it is now. Is that our book? It is. Alright, I am not going to take it back tonight. I'll do that tomorrow night. We'll leave it there. Kind of annoyed I had to look at the walkthrough, but I wasn't going to get it otherwise, I think. I think that's just a little tiny bit too obscure. Alright, let's call it there. LMR, thank you for hanging out, dude. Appreciate it. iStar 2021. I don't know why you do, but thank you for the tier 2. Sincerely appreciate it, dude. Thank you very much. And anyone watching on Twitch, lurking on Twitch, watching on YouTube, lurking on YouTube, thank you for watching. I sincerely appreciate it. Sebastian, I see you. I have both chats in OBS. Alright, we'll call it there. I think I'll be finishing this tomorrow night, based on what I've seen. We've been through all 4 ages. Unless there is like an end game, I think that will be it for tomorrow. So whether it's a 1 hour stream or a 3 hour stream, or whether I just boot up the other version and quickly do a trophy run, I don't know. But I think we'll be finishing this off tomorrow night. Assuming that I stream tomorrow night and that I'm not dying of flu or whatever. Alright, thank you everyone. Look after yourselves. Have a great day, great night, or whatever it is in your part of the world. And I'll be back online with some more of this, hopefully, tomorrow night. See you then.